In the book, really, when you come down to it, it's a fantasy. It's Jack's fantasy of something that is a different reality than what's happening. And what we were looking to do with this movie was show what was actually going on. You get the beauty of Jack's perspective through seeing that space, but you also need to see the reality through Ma's eyes.
I'm scared.
I know.
I'm gonna be there in your head talking to you the whole time.
Truck, wiggle out. Jump when the truck slows down. Run, somebody.
You all right?
Jack, listen to me. This is our chance.
Can you tell us about not only the physical preparation, but the mental preparation to take on such a role?
Yeah, there was a lot to figure out with Ma because she wasn't complete in the book. So the book couldn't really be this template or this guidebook to her. Lenny and I really had to build her from the ground up. And speaking with a trauma specialist about how the brain organizes things, how it organizes trauma, and how Ma wouldn't be really experiencing the trauma from room until she's out, until she's in a safe place, because up until that point, her mind is in such a state of needing to take care of her son, needing to take care of herself, not knowing when that next meal is going to come from, not knowing when this man is going to enter the room, and feeling so terrified of that in order to survive, she has to shut off any sort of pain from it to get through it, a disconnect. And then we spoke with doctors and nutritionists about the effects of the abuse that her body has taken, from the lack of vitamin D, from the poor nutrition. So all of those pieces then became a way for me to explore on my own. And I would journal a lot through the process to kind of go, I think I'm feeling her. I think I'm starting to get another sense, another piece of her. And as we started collecting all of these pieces, then by the end of 8 months, we felt like we really had a good grasp as to who she was.
And something that is fascinating to me is you and Jacob were each independently cast. You never read together. It was kind of a leap of faith.
I know, it's interesting. It was always so interesting that Lenny did that. I was always waiting for the moment when he was gonna, show me a couple of the boys and say, what do you think? Or, let's have you fly out and meet with them, because the movie hinges so much on that relationship. But luckily, we just got on just so well from the very, very beginning and became absolute best pals.
You're impossible to talk to right now.
Well, sorry.
Well, no, you're not sorry.
Yeah, I'm not sorry. You have no idea what's going on in my head.
Yeah, well, try me. I have asked you.
And then what? Then every time you look at me, that's all that you see?
When I look at you, Joy, I will see my daughter.
You have Joan Allen playing your mother, who's so fantastic.
Yeah.
She's been working in this business for a really long time. What do you sort of learn from your coworkers on this movie?
After my first day of working with her, as we were both going to leave work, she just grabbed me and started hugging me, and in a very sort of cracked, teary way said, I want you to know that I understand what you're doing. And it was so powerful. I mean, this is a legend. This is someone that I've admired for so long, and I didn't know if anybody knew what I was doing and the weight that I was carrying on this film. And for her to step forward within the first day and say, I'm here, it was like, it broke me. I think this movie is rooted in something that's very old. And I think the big process that it describes through an allegory in this film is growing up. And only a grown-up can understand the process of growing up. And when we are handed a moment where we have to grow up quicker than we would like to, and how important it is that we take that step that seems almost impossible and completely courageous and totally terrifying in order to get to something that's bigger.